Okay, good day to all my beloved viewers. Today, I am happy to introduce to you the part 2, session 5 of our exercise. And this time, we have 4 segments of defining and formatting Gantt charts to take up, which includes Gantt chart bars, Gantt chart options, Gantt chart timescale, and Gantt chart attachments. Now let's open our P6 software for our recent project exercise, part 2, session 4. Now here we go. Looking at the Gantt chart window, one question here. You see this Gantt chart window here? Is why some bar colors are green and the other are red? It is because activities inherits the predefined bars according to activity types with unique properties to be able to distinguish bars graphically in an harmonious visibility. Okay, let's open the bars dialog window. How to do it? Just right click here and then select bars. So this is the bars dialog window. And then, so in this window, we can modify the existing defined bar types here and add a new bar, or I mean bar types, or you can delete using this delete button. So meaning we can modify these bars if we want. And let me walk through to every features in of this window. We have here the display column. You see this one? This is where we can mark the checkbox if we want to select bar type to be applied in the current schedule. That means here we have the existing mark bar types here. So we will try to remove. Let's say we will remove this one and look at what happened to the Gantt chart window. Apply. So that means the non-critical activity bar here disappears. And we will try to remove this one also. Then apply. So every bars here disappears because there is no more bars that is applied for the activities or for the current activities. So let's go to name here, the name column here. This is where we can create a personalized description for a bar type that we want to define or may rename the existing bar type. So we can add bar types here, or we can rename these existing bar types here. So under the time scale here, this is where we can select or type a bar, or I mean the type of bar we want to use in our schedule. So when you click this, you will have the a lot of selections here. So you can select one you like. And then we will go to user date. Actually, You see this user date. This is optional for the user to create a personalized dates for additional reference or for other purposes. So under the filter, see the filter here. This is where we can select bar properties for a particular bar type. It can be in a single property or multiple combinations for any particular activity. Okay, let's try to click it here. We have many properties of the activities here that we can select to define in our bars. You can select one or a combination of many. Okay, so let's remove that first. Now under the preview, let's close this one here, preview. This is where we can customize the bar appearance by customizing the, let's say we will click this one, by customizing the bar styles. Bar settings and the bar labels. Here in the bar styles, we can modify the shape of the bar. We can select the shape, the size. You can use the shape, this one, and also the size. Here you can see the sizes here. You can select at your own choice. And also, you have the option for the colors, bar colors, and also for the, okay, and also for the patterns. You have a lot of choice here. And also for the row. Okay. But regarding these rows, many are confused how this feature works. I think we need to elaborate this a little bit deeper. Here we are allowed a maximum of 3 bars to assign for each activity. Bar 1 here is positioned at the top of the row height, and bar 2 is at the middle, and bar 3 is at the bottom of the row height. Let me show you the figure to clearly visualize what I am explaining here regarding the row. Now, here is the picture of activities where 3 bars for each activity is shown. Here, we can see that let's say, for example, this compaction, we have 3 bars displayed in here. The same as in CSB wall, the same as at the bottom. Now this let me, this bar, as you can see, if you look at the legend, that is the baseline bar. And this bar also, the gray color, that is the previous update bar. And this one, the blue color, is the actual bar. That means it is already completed. And we have only the remaining here, the red color bar. That is our current bar. So that is why there are three in numbers, because the purpose of this one is that we put a baseline for our current schedule. We put two baselines. One is for the original baseline schedule, and the second is the previous month or previous period update schedule, so that we can see or monitor what is the movement of the activity, whether it is getting delayed or getting ahead. But if you look at this figure here, our baseline is here. So supposed to be, we should have been done on this date. But if you look at our current schedule, we are here at this point. So meaning we are delayed. So that is the purpose of putting baselines in our schedule, so that we have the visualization of what happened to our progress or to our project. Okay. Now let's get back to our schedule. Now let's create or add a new bar type. Let's say we will create critical works, and the other one is non-critical work, so that it will be unique compared to the existing one here, because we have here the existing one, the non-critical activities and the critical activities. So we will make our own bar type name into non-critical work, and the other one is critical work. So we will show here first the bar. Okay. Did you see, since I checked the displayed checkbox, so the bar here reappears again. Okay. But we have to create our own new bar type. So, okay, let me explain first what is critical works or critical activity and non-critical activity, so that we understand the way how we shall define it per respective bars. So in the case of our project, since our project has not yet implemented, critical activities are those activities within the longest network of activities in the project schedule, while non-critical activity or work is the opposite. So looking at our schedule just in front of us, the longest path here are, let's start from the mobilization. This is the first or the driving activity, along with the establishment of temporary facilities. After that, the site clearing and earthwork will have to follow. So we will follow this path. Then it proceeds to here. So that is site concrete road. Now the guardians and gates. The I mean is guardhouse and gates. And then guardhouse and gates will proceed to site cleaning and then demobilization. So that is the first pass of activities in this project. In other words, the first network of activities. So the second network of activities here, which is in the longest path, is the safe driving activity, which is the mobilization and the establishment of temporary facilities. Then it will move also to site perimeter wall. Then site perimeter wall will push proceeding to site cleaning and then down to demobilization. So meaning we have two longest path here in our project. Okay? I hope you understand. Okay, we will proceed to the bars, and then we will delete this existing one so that we can create our own new bar type. Okay, let's delete it and then apply. So there is no more bar in our Gantt chart window because we have already deleted its bar type. But don't worry, because it will reappear again when we finish adding our own version of bar type. Okay, let's do it. Click add, and then we will rename it to non-critical activities. I mean work. And then we will add again. And let's rename it to critical work. Okay. Under the time scale column under here, as we can see, current bar, this is already good. We have no other bar to select except this one, current bar. And then user chart date, leave it as is. Then we will go to the filtering. So since we are talking of non-critical work, that means we are considering the non-critical activity with normal bar. So we will find for it. We will click it here. We'll look for normal bar. And then non-critical. And then okay. And then let's proceed here. Under the preview of the bar. And then let's modify the bar style. So we will be using the normal bar. Let's say we will use this size. And then the color, let's make it green also. And then the pattern. Okay, let's use the solid one. And then we will move to bar settings. So bar settings, show bar when collapse. Let's get back to this after we finish the two bars, okay? Let's proceed to critical bar, critical work. So that means we are talking about the critical activities and normal bar. So we will choose normal and then we will look for critical, then apply. Okay. And then in bar style, we will look for a size of the same size as the non-critical. We will change this color to red. And then the pattern is solid. That's okay. Okay. We will check the bar settings. Show bar when collapse. That's okay. We will show later how it works. Show bar for grouping bands. That's okay. Calendar for non-working time. This is for the bar nicking. For me, I prefer not to use this one because it does not look good for me. But if you want, you can check it. You can use this one. Okay. Let's go to bar style, bar settings. And here you can add the bar label for your bar. Let's say, for example, just an example, we will add, you highlight this one, click add. You may choose for the position of the label. And then you may choose here or select the label that you want to put on your bar. Okay, that's it. But for now, we will not put label on it. Later, we will show you. Okay, let's delete it. The same here. Bar styles, okay. Bar settings, okay. Okay, let me demonstrate to you how this show bar when collapse. Okay, by trial and error, try to take a look at the our activity table. What will happen if I will, I will remove it. So first, show bar when collapse. So we will close it that one first. And then we will collapse the bar. You see the bar is still in there because we have choose to here what is it? We choose to show the bar when it is collapsed, right? But if we will remove it, look what will happen. But first you need to highlight this bar before you execute it, then apply. So the bar is still there, right? Now, if we will remove it and then apply, the bar will disappear because it is stated here that it should not be shown. Okay? Then if you check it, it will appear again. That is when the condition of the bar is collapse. I mean, it is in summary. So I think you understand something. Okay, let's close. We're done. I think here we're done here. Okay, take note. Sooner or later, as we are moving deeper in this exercise, we shall be required to define more bar types because more bar types will be needed until we finish this whole exercise. Okay. Okay, let's proceed to Gantt charts options. So the same thing, we will have to right click here and then select bar chart options. Here, under the general, show relationship. Of course, the relationship here is shown, but if you remove it, you better use this one. Have you seen this icon here? Let's close it first. Here, use that one if you want to remove the relationship. Then click it again if you want to place it back. Okay. Bar chart options. Show the legend. I mean, show legend. This is, I think this is about the Gantt chart legend. So if you click it, what will happen? You see here, the Gantt chart legend appears. Okay, let's get back to bar chart option. We will remove it. And then limit text label characters. Here you can reduce or increase the characters you need to for your labeling. And then here the default size for notebook items. The same thing you have to do here. You may increase or reduce the width or the height of the fonts. Okay. We'll go to collapse bars. Take note. Before these options here work, our schedule should be in a collapse condition. Or in other words, the activities are already collapsed to a certain level of summary. Okay. But before we proceed further, let me show you first how to collapse or summarize activities because this is related to this section. Okay, here's how to do it. Let's close it first. We will go here, view. And then as you can see here, the expand, collapse, and collapse 2. Here under the expand all, the schedule will display all individual activities. while under the collapse all, I mean, the first one is the expand all, right? So that means all the activities of the project will be displayed. While in the collapse all, this will summarize the schedule into project level. And while the collapse 2, it will summarize the schedule into a certain level of choice. I mean is that if you want level 2, here, you can use this one. If you want level 1, level 2, but if you want to collapse to a project level, you can use this one. Take note, just take note of the, the icon here. Because we will be using this as a shortcut. And this is more quicker shortcut. Why? Because in here, in the icon here, just click away is very faster than compared to rolling up here the window, then looking for this item. So this is more quicker than rolling down menus. So let's show you how it works, no? We can use the manual way of summarizing activities, like for example, this one. If let's say, we will show all the activities. Okay. And then if you want to summarize these activities into preliminaries, you can click it, simply click it, and then you have the summary. Simply click it, you have the summary. Simply click it, you have the summary. If you want to expand, click it again. Click it again. That's simple. But the question here in the manual method of collapsing or summarizing the activities is that, how about if you have hundreds and thousands of activities and you have, let's say, 50 levels you have in your WBS. So will it take a considerable number of hours or time, right? But if we will use the shortcut method, we can save a lot of time here. So how to do it? If you use the short method, let's say for example, you want to expand all the activities here. Let's say we will summarize it. And if you want to expand it, that you want to show all the activities of this project, so just one click and it will show all the activities in the project. And if you want to show only the project level, if you click it here, that's okay. And you can do it here also. Just click it here and that's it. But how about if you want to summarize to a certain level of WBS? So you have to click it here and then click it again. Let's say, for example, we will add the level for that. Okay. Let's expand it. Okay. Like for example, if you want to summarize this schedule into level 2. So if you do it manually, what is level 2? This one. So you have to do it like this, right? So it takes time. But if you will do this, use this one, just click it and then look for level 2, then apply, or I mean level 3, then apply. Or if you want level 2, apply. It's very quick. But if you are doing it by manual, let's say, for example, you want to expand, you want to, collapse this one, collapse. So you have 3 clicks. But if you use this one, then choose to apply, it's done. Okay? Now we have the understanding already about regarding the collapse and the summary. Now let's get back to the Gantt chart option. Okay. Where we're now, we're done with the collapse. Okay, we will go to data date. So here the data date, as you can see, I think I have already explained this before. Here, this is the data date. But for now, data date is equals to the project start. Since this is a new schedule. So let's get back to bar chart option. Data date. Here you can you have the option for the style of the line style, the size of the line. You have the options here. You have the selection from 1 to 10, and also the color. You can choose what color you want. Okay, let's go to sight lines. Here in the sight lines, we have here the horizontal lines and the vertical lines. You can show the major lines. If we will look at our current schedule, we have here the horizontal lines. These are the major lines. Now, if you want to show the minor lines, you can do so. Just choose number of rows here. Let's put this back to Okay. Oh, let's make it 3. Okay. Where are we now? Line. So you can see here, we have here the major lines, the darker one, and then the minor lines, which is the dotted line. And also for the vertical line, we can also show the major lines and the minor lines. So here, we put here the month is a vertical line, so we will put it into a darker line for 1 month, for every month, and then a dotted line for a week, and then okay. So you can see the monthly has a darker vertical line, and then the weekly has a dotted vertical line. Progress line. Okay, we will, what is it? We will move to progress line here. We will leave it as is, and we will elaborate to this later. Because this needs a deeper elaboration. Now, let's move to formatting timescale. Okay, let's close and then right click again, choose timescale. Here, timescale format, we have two choices of lines here, 2 and 3. We can see this one here. As you can see here, since we have choose 2 lines, we have here the 2 lines for the timescale, the number of months, and then the upper one is the month. Now, if we choose 3 lines, apply. So we have 3 lines here that we can utilize. Okay. Now, timescale start. So project start, this is fine. And then the font and color. Okay, we can click this one for the font. And then we can modify whatever we want here. Let's say for the color of the band, you can select whatever we want. Let's say we'll try yellow. And then the font, we have the choices here for the font style, sizes, and the color. Okay, close. And then, okay. Now, the date format. Here we have 2 choices of the date formats here. One is the primary dates, and the other one is the ordinal dates. If you are using the 2 lines, you can only use either one of these 2. You may use primary dates or ordinal dates, but you cannot use it at the same time unless you will be using the 3 lines. So you can display both of it. Okay. Now here under the primary dates, you have the type. You can choose the type of the dates that you want: calendar, fiscal, week of year. Or under the date interval, you can use the month and the week. We have a lot of choices here. So it's up to you. And then shift calendar this will only be used if your date interval, as I explained before, that shift calendar is mostly used only for a turnaround projects where the duration is less than a day, meaning we are using the hour durations, not the day. So if we will be using the shift here, then we can choose the shift calendar here. But we will leave this as is. We will be elaborating this later after we finish our major subjects here. Okay, let's put this back to month week. Now, under the show calendars, the ordinal dates, the ordinal start date, that's fine. Ordinal date interval, so you can select here hour, shift, day, week, month, quarter, or year. So we're done here. So let's close. What next? I think the last one is attachment. Okay. In here, we can create text and curtains. But only inside the Gantt chart window. You see? So we will start to text. Okay. There we go. Let's say we will put here PDLM. We will modify the font. We will use the bigger one. And then bold. So that, okay. Okay. I think it's very much, it's too big. It's a PDLM. Bold. Let's say we will use 14. Okay. So here we go. That's easy. What you need to do here is just edit it. That's all. Okay, let's delete. Okay, we'll move again to curtain. Actually, the text, just modify the font and position it to the place of choice inside the Gantt chart window. Next is let's create the curtains. Actually, curtains, It is just something you put shades in the area of Gantt chart at a certain date range. Let's say, for example, look at this one. You see, it is just like shading anywhere in the Gantt chart area. You have to put what date where date range where you want to place it or position it. So here, 15 October 2022, you can change it to the other date. Okay. And then the color, you can change the color, let's say red. And then the pattern, let's say we will use the darker one. And then say, okay, oh, here that is. If you want to delete it, just double click it, then click this delete, it's done. Okay. Anything else? We will delete this one because I think it's enough for today. Just follow the next episode of this exercise. So the next episode will be that is for part 2, session 6, is reviewing schedule options and log. Next is formatting page header and footer. And the last one is creating and saving layout for our project. And see you in this next coming episode. I hope today's presentation is worth an additional knowledge. Okay, you may click like, subscribe, and share, and it will be appreciated much. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Bye-bye.